guys, this is Anthony. I'm happy that again you're here in this channel so that we continue talking about issues to do with finances. I'm happy to have you always in this channel. So today we want to talk about self-discipline in our finances. I know most of us, because of the habit that we have, it makes us not to use our money in a wise way, and also it leads us into financial creep. So to get rid of all that, today we are going to discuss about some tips that you can use in order for you to have a self-discipline that is going to help you to use your money in a wise way. So we have a number of some tips that we are to look at. One of the tips that we'll be looking at is remove all the temptation. Number 2, set achievement goal. And number 3, think long term. And number 4, progressive build a productive routine. And the last one is how to use 21-90 rules. So if we have all those tips, I'm very sure that you are going to have a discipline, a behavior in terms of using your finances, and you'll not get off your budget, or you cannot start spending money in an unwise way. So what we are going to look at, as I have said, that the tips. So before we proceed, I want to request if you can hit on that subscription button, because when you hit on the subscription button, you are supporting us. And remember also to hit on the notification bell, because when you do that, any uploaded video in this channel, you'll be the first one to get. And also don't forget to like and share, because once you share our content to other people, you're increasing the viewer in our channel, and also you're passing the right information about finances to other people. So let us continue with what brought us here. As I said earlier, that you have to remove temptation. So that is the first thing that you need to do. When you remove the temptation that hinder you to have a wise spending and also to have budgetary in your finances. So like, for example, removing things that hinder you from progressing. Like I can give an example of myself. Like I used not to budget, and I could spend a lot of money through a financial creep, because I used to buy things that I have. I have a new phone, but I see another better phone because it's a new phone that has come in the market, and I find myself buying it. And with that behavior, it resulted me to not have a saving plan and not to follow the budget very well. So that is financial creep. And also I had some other habit of impulse buying. Every time I hold my phone, I go to Amazon, and then I have to start purchasing stuff. When I go to the store, everything look good for me, and I buy things that I not even plan. And those are the temptations that you need to get rid of. For you to get rid of all this temptation is, for example, unsubscribing some of the apps that you know that is making you to have online shopping, and also sometimes not even to go to the store while you're having your cash, and that would be good. And or when you go to the store, go with someone who also you've already told him or her your problem. So when you go there, they're going to discourage you from buying other things that you did not plan for. So number 2 tips, as we had said, is you have to set achievable goal in your finances. We have many people who don't have achievable goal. Remember, your goal should be realistic. You should be realistic, ambitious before you think of any idea or project to engage in. But you'll find that many people, we come up with the goal, but it is not really realistic. Remember that all the entrepreneur, if you're an entrepreneur, your step to your goal, the goal looks smaller. When you have the steps, you know that from now I'm going to go to this step, there's a step, there's a step. Just for example, look at maybe the stairs. When when you're climbing the stairs, you have one step to another step to another step until you reach your goal. So when you have a good step, then you'll find yourself that even your goal, reaching your goal, become more easier. But if you don't have a good goal, and also, you have to remember one thing, that a good goal is achievable. Goal that isn't too small. Otherwise, it seems as you're wasting your potential and should have a deadline. And also remember that your goal should be specific. It should have a deadline, it should be specific, and it should be realistic. Number three of the tips that we had to discuss here is about thinking long term. Because when you think long term, the difference between successful and unsuccessful people is unsuccessful people they do things and they don't take action. But you'll find that successful people will take action in everything that they do. So unsuccessful people will be complaining about anything, but they work to change it. You work and you complain, you work and complain. But you find that most successful people will be acting. They have the action in their steps as they move. And whenever they know that what they are doing is not right, then they correct. When you correct them, then they correct. They don't get discouraged. So this is one of the things that you have to know. And you have to when you do that, then it becomes more easier for you to know the step that you're moving in. But you remember that there are some questions that you have to ask yourself. When you ask yourself a number of some questions, it becomes more easier for you to know what you're doing. Like, for example, what are you doing to change your life right now? Once you know that what you're doing to change your life right now, then it keeps you focused. Another question that you need to ask yourself is, what does your future look like 5 to 10 years to come? And in your daily activity, what have you included in your daily activity that is going to help you to roll a plan and achieve your goal? So as you answer all those questions, you will understand that whatever you do now, it will have a massive impact on your life in 5 to 10 years to come. And remember that you have to be focused. So you have to build a productive routine. Start small, gradual as you move on. Overnight, nothing can done overnight. So you have to move gradual. Like a few years ago, I remember I started having issues with spending money, and there was a lot of issues. Whatever I get, I have to give out, and I could spend unwisely, as I told you about issue to do with impulse buying, and sometimes being affected by financial creep, buying things that I have already. So all that, but I started it gradual, and I started believing that every dollar count, every coin count. So that made me now to start moving in a gradual way in order to be where I am right now, that I can sit down, write on the budget, specifically schedule everything in a plan, so that I don't want to be affected by things that are going to divert my attention. But remember, one thing is, you have to have a positive activities if you want to proceed on with a good discipline in your finances, because you'll find that positive activity, like for example things like spreading your bed, brushing your teeth, when you learn from that, because when you do it every day, then it becomes part of you. So if you want to have a good financial characteristic and behavior, then you have to, I know it's hard, but you have to come up with an idea that you want to work on it step by step in a gradual way, and are trying to avoid the negative people or negative activity that can draw you out of your goal, achievement of your goal, so that at the end you find yourself achieving what you want to achieve. The last thing that we talked about, 2190 rule. 2190 rules, it acts like this. Like for example, if you look at a specific things that you want to do that you have been procrastinating every time you postpone, so you look at that thing and you try it for 21 days. Every time at 9 o'clock you have to do it, or maybe at 10 you have to do it. So as you build that consistency in whatever you want to build, and then now when you do it again another 90 days, you will find yourself good, and permanently your mind will be focused and your body will be get used to the same thing, because sometimes it becomes so difficult for us to focus in one thing. So when you have financial discipline in spending your money, then you'll find that even the little amount that you have, you will be able to spend wisely and to do a lot, even more than someone who is getting more. Because you'll find that some people, they get more money, and when they get more money they want to buy more very expensive car, whereby instead they were paying car note of $300, now they have to pay car note of $1,000. You know, they move to a very expensive neighborhood, whereby now they have to instead of the apartment costing 1,500, now they are paying 3,000. So at the end of the day, you find that they have done nothing, they have not saved, because all this baggage is coming back to them. I am not saying that you don't need to enjoy your life, but you have also to look at the future, that tomorrow is also coming. Maybe you might not be energetic to do the kind of work that you're doing. Anyway, thank you very much for you being part of this channel, and I want to send our appreciation for you taking your time always to be here with us. And I want also to ask you one thing: if you can hit on the notification bell, that any video we upload in this channel, you'll be the first one to get. And remember also, if you can subscribe, you'll also be helping us to grow our channel. And remember, if you share and you like, you'll also be increasing viewer in our channel, and you'll be passing a very important information to many other people. I know maybe you know everything that we talk about in this channel, but I want to believe maybe your friend doesn't know, and sharing our content to them, it can really open their eye, and they will be able also to have a wise spending of their finances, and to achieve their goal, and to focus on their budget. Anyway, thank you very much, and I want to say God bless you.